would the wound give less water?
These rations barely get us through the day, Commander!
Our children are thirsty!
Doesn't Command have reserves?
Exactly! I'll bet they're keeping the water for themselves!
There's Jataka.
Why put guards around the wound?
You can't just take away our water!
The wound gives less water. Our rations adjust. What's going on?
We know the way of the desert! What's stopping us from taking what we want and
Anyone else want to complain? We're the Desert Clan. We survive with what we have. Your, commander's not much for hand-holding.
That is not our way. Even less so in her case. Shall we?
Sure. Can't wait.
She's with me.
Draka's not the only one with harsh words for your commander.
The desert has bred survival into our clan's blood. We spit at death and charge into battle. Maybe a little too eagerly.
So,
Demanding water does not make...
doesn't make Draka a commander either. Jataka said you needed... Did he now?
Aloy has a unique... She might be able to fix this before it gets out of hand.
Get to the point. What is Jataka talking about? There is no water. What do you mean? I mean the wound in the sand, that which provides the clan with the water we need to survive, is completely dry. This water source. From what we can tell, whatever water we take, it restores on its own. A few weeks ago, it stopped. I ordered rationing, but everything else nearby is tainted. But why the secrecy? Keeping your people in the dark seems to be making things worse. If the clan knew... There's no water, and you're worrying about... Think what you want. Between the machines, the storms, and Regala's uprising, I'm the only thing keeping this clan from falling. What are you actually doing? What's best for my people? Nothing. Her grudge is with Chief Hikaru, not me. And I plan to keep it that way. So her... Besides, if she defeats Hikaru, she deserves to... Draka's people sacrificed a lot. He thinks you're hoarding it for yourself. The perfect excuse to challenge my command. Of course, he makes it sound very noble. But all he really wants, he'd face the exact same problem I have. So how are you going to deal with not having any water? Ration what little we have. By time. And in the meantime, people... Every corpse weighs on me. What matters is that the clan I can't promise anything. But if this wound was built by... How exactly do you...
Just show her the...
Very well. The wound in the sand is this way. You're not Karja. Or Asura. I was born amongst the Nora, as far east as you are west. I've heard of it. They say only those who are exiled leave your lands. There are exceptions. What business does a Nora exception have in the West? Believe it or not, to help people, even the ones who don't want it. Sounds like a difficult path. This is it. The wound in the sand. Definitely built by the old ones. Focus should show me more. Pipes. Leading outside the settlement.
What do you see?
A trail.
What are you doing?
Your wound leads underground.
We've tried going down there, but it's too narrow for anyone to reach the bottom. Where are you going?
I think I can lead us to where the water comes from. Or used to.
How?
Doesn't matter.
What matters is that the wound is fixed and my people survive. Lead the way.
Those flowers. The ground's wet too. The vein must have leaked here. Not enough to be the cause of the missing water, but enough for these plants to grow. We're on the right track.
You see all that from a patch of wet sand?
Yep.
It looks like the metal from the wound. We really are following its trail.
As I've been saying.
The desert kills, but it also surprises.
I should check where the pipes are headed with my focus. This will make a good... There's a lot of machines.
And a very dead soldier.
So one of yours?
I need to take a closer look.
You need to get rid of the machines first. Follow my lead. They could swallow me whole. stash this away for later. You know him?
That is one of Draka's men. I will cut off that dissident's head and feed it to the vultures if he had anything to do with...
We don't know what happened here yet. And we still have a trail to follow.
Lead the way.
I better check I'm still on the pipe's trail with my focus.
Water. Barely a lick's worth. But there are no streams in this area.
Which means
These anchors. That soldier must have used them to get up this cliff.
he must have been going back to Arrowhand when those machines got him.
Maybe he found something up there worth reporting back about.
We'll find out soon enough.
What is this?
The problem. I'm gonna need my focus. That weapon. Looks like Draka's man tried to pry this open, but he didn't know what he was doing. And now the water's not going where it's supposed to.
Sabotage.
Or ignorance. I don't think this is gonna do anything. That pipe. It looks like it bypasses the damaged distribution system. Maybe I can find a way to reroute the water through it.
The water is still leaking.
Gotta try something else. Maybe if I follow that main pipe, I'll find something useful.
What do you need me to do?
Just, stay here. Let me know if anything changes. I'm gonna take a look around. A valve. That might help.
Hey, it stopped leaking.
It looks like that stopped the water flow. Now I just need to find a way to get it to Scalding Spear. That's the same type of machinery we found outside. Only this one's not leaking. Maybe it can help me switch the water flow. I was right. I should be able to redirect the water into that auxiliary pipe with this thing. Getting up through there. The system switched back. Couldn't hold the water pressure. I need to find a way up to that valve.
It's leaking again. Whatever you did, undo it.
Better close that up again.
The leaks disappeared.
Making progress.
Is it done?
Not yet. I'm working on it.
Was that supposed to do anything?
I guess not. Gently. Sounds like the water's switched. Gotta open the valve upstairs. Get that water circulating. Sounds like that did something.
Aloy, I can hear water in the room again.
Anything leaking?
Not that I can see.
Let's hope that means my plan worked. That should do it.
This will return water to Scalding Spear?
Checking the wound is the only way to be sure.
Draka knew what would happen if the capital was left without water. But he didn't care! All he wanted was to cause a crisis so he could challenge my command.
We don't know that for sure.
Meet me back at the wound when you can. Please. To make sure the water will flow.
I will. Don't do anything rash about Draka.
Only an upstart acts rashly. A commander bides her time. Hey. The desert was kind to lead you to us.
Things are about to get ugly between Draka and Yara. If what Jataka says is... Yara and Draka will end up killing a lot more. I see soldiers guarding the wound in the sand. But no Yara. I need to see the wound.
I'm afraid your presence is required in the commander's quarters.
Is everything okay?
The dissident Draka has been apprehended for interfering with the wound.
How did he interfere?
He entered the wound by force, saw that it was empty, except for a slow trickle that began when you fixed the device in the desert. He did not take it well.
Of course he didn't. I'll go meet with them.
You have some nerve.
You're one to talk.
That doesn't sound good.
How could you let this happen?
How did I let this happen? You're the one who sabotaged the wound in the first place. You're lucky we were able to fix it, or your head would already be on a spear.
You call that fixed? It's just a dribble. And it's not my fault. I already told you, Ukta came to me. He said he found something in the desert that might get us water. I had no idea it had anything to do with the wound.
And you expect me to believe that?
Aloy, I came for the water that was owed to us, and when I found out that there is no water, they arrested me.
As I already told you, the water is returning, but slowly. It'll be weeks before the wound is full again. Until then, I will send Arrowhand what I can.
You hid what happened to the wound. How can we believe you now?
Draka.
No, you know what? Enough of this! No more words! Consider that a challenge.
Gather your squads then, and meet us at the Gate of the Vanquished. I have a challenge to prepare for. Leave me.
This will be the end of the clan. I have to stop it. We have to stop it.
Hold on a second. Help me understand. What do you mean, the end of...
Both sides will take their most loyal, and they'll butcher each other. But it won't stop them. Whoever wins will try to wipe out the loser's loyalists. The fighting could last from... Those two scabheads are going to do...
Can't you...
I'm a chaplain. I cannot force them to heed it. It is a matter for the...
What is this?
The doorway to a symbol of what the tribe aspires to.
Dead.
No one knows. It is a place of great significance. Even greater now, since it will...
What makes you think I can help?
They both owe you a debt. You aided them and you've seen into their heart. Misguided in different ways, but your words might be enough.
Yeah, well...
And you are no... especially with a... I will go to the Gate of the Vanquished, southwest, but without you. I'm afraid we'll...